Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Brenda. Hello, Brenda. Oh yeah, link. Thank you, Brenda. Hey, Brian, good morning. Yeah, I went and got a ship this morning and I used my newer controller and it went just smooth, excellent. Where the old controller just doesn't seem to get it. Hey, Frank, how's it going? Oh yeah, you got snow coming. I think we do too down here, but not as much as what you got. I don't think. Good morning, Jim. Laura, you're all right. I don't have any claim on the internet or YouTube. If you're gonna go gameplay. I understand. Thank you for your concern. Oh, Lego building. Okay. Yes, Brenda, I hope you downloaded the Hotel Fly app. That is a must. Hey, Philip, thanks for stopping in, my friend. You have a safe trip. You want to say hi to Brenda? Say hi to Brenda. Good girl.
Paul?
There's that working photographer.
Yeah, working all right.
How did the shoot go last night?
Just pain in the ass. Just I'm ready for this to be over. I
Well,
got every day this week.
you're gonna be every day this week and probably gonna continue for what, another week or two?
Well, depends on the playoffs. Depends on who makes it.
Okay,
And then the soccer team, I'm trying to find out if they won last night. They were up in Shreveport. They won last night. They'll be playing sometime this week at home too, and I'll be there.
okay.
It means it could add to my time. And they play on Saturday. They don't care when they play. I think they got to play it before Monday because of the way it works out. And then if they go to the championship, they'll be over by John Hill at Strawberry Stadium. I'll be there. So it just adds to the schedule. That's all it does. And Mardi Gras is kicking in Saturday, so now I'm going to get busy.
Yeah. I flew a ship this morning with the smaller gray controller.
Yeah.
It was different night and day. It was perfect. My old black one just, it was up and down and up and down and all kinds of
Well,
stuff.
I think because I watched the stream last night when I was back while I was editing, and it was like I think you need to calibrate. I don't think you need to calibrate the drone, but it sounded like it was a calibration issue with the drone, not the controller, or you had to calibrate the controller, but you got to have the drone turned on.
Yeah.
And the other thing, it could be in the expo settings in the controller, because you might have it set. Was it because you said it wasn't going fast enough? You have your expo settings tell it how fast to go. So you may have had it shut down completely there. So it wasn't the drone. It was a controller, just the settings.
Well, what I have noticed, and I think I mentioned this before, every time I fly it with that controller, it comes up and it says error in the sensors, error in the sensors. And then it says gonna recalibrate.
It tells you to recalibrate. Now it could have been the sensors in the drone needed to be recalibrated. But when it's telling you something needs to be recalibrated, you got to find out what it is. Because that'll be the night and day. And I saw a mistake you made yesterday.
What's
And
that?
you're gonna lose that drone if you keep doing it. Quit zooming in on stuff and flying. Because when you zoom in, you have no perspective of where your drone's at.
When I zoomed in, I wasn't flying. If you notice,
But you still zoomed in.
I was standing still out in the middle of the river and then zoomed in and zoomed out.
But you had zoomed in before when you were flying and hit the tree. I know you hit the trees.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. It doesn't say recalibrate. It says the on the screen comes up, it says calibrating rear sensors, not recalibrate, calibrating rear sensors.
I've never seen a drone. I've never seen a controller tell me it's calibrating anything. Because when you press calibrate, you got to move all kind of stuff different kind of ways. But if it's flying with the RC1, you fly with that. Now the other option is tell them that you've been getting crazy things. Send it to tell GGI with your smart controller. Send it back to them. I don't know if they have any smart controllers to fix them, but you never know. They may turn around and give you the new one. Because I've seen companies do that with cameras. When that camera's outdated, I've seen people with Nikon send Nikons back and they don't have that camera model anymore. And if they can't repair it, they'll send them the next model up. So what's up, Lance?
Hey, Joe. Yeah, got to do a couple things here before I take off. I've got to go get out of my car so I won't hear you guys for a second.
Yeah, but I shot those games last night, got them finished last night. And I might have the baby today for a couple hours.
Lance, did you fly the new Neo?
He's not ready to talk. He's doing something.
Brenda needs the link so she can download the Autel Fly app on her phone.
She might, if it's not in the, go away, please. Go away. Let me see what she says. My phone is goofy, definitely a technical challenge for her. I looked last night, but you're gonna have to probably go on Autel because I don't know if, I don't think Google Play Store has it anymore. If you have an Android, they say it's in the Apple Store. If you have an Apple, it should work. But you might have to do like the DJI on Android. They don't have the Google Play does not have the Fly app. You have to go directly to DJI
You want to go straight to the
and download it from them.
store. You
Go
want to go
ahead,
straight
Lance.
to the DJ.
What'd you say, Lance? You're cutting in and out.
Yeah, she got the Autel, so she's gonna have to go to Autel and get the link from there. Go.
I would imagine she could get a telephone number for the service department at Autel. Help, you know. Oh, look at him. He got his hat going, Joe. We can't hear you, Lance, but we can see you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see you got a splitting headache.
Full moon tomorrow, gents. It's going to be clear and cold up here.
Yeah, it's cold here right now. It's only 10 degrees. But I flew a ship this morning and it turned out all right because I used the newer controller, the RC1. And it was difference between night and day in how that flew versus with the original RC.
And when you say the original RC, you're thinking the smart controller?
The what?
The smart controller? Is that the original? Is that the one you're talking about?
It's the black one. I don't know. What is it, Joe? Which one is that?
Smart controller.
Yeah, that's the smart controller.
The smart controller, okay.
So Joe, I went to go take a picture of the moon this morning after my walk. And so I step outside and my camera had been in my trunk in the cold weather, right? So I go out and I've got a flashing, your battery's about to die light. I'm thinking, oh crap, I need to get out there quick, get my settings where I want them quick and take my picture. So I snapped 4 shots and my battery died. And so now I'm charging my batteries, but I didn't get the f-stop where I wanted it, but I got my shutter speed and my ISO where I wanted it. And so luckily I had another battery charged up in my office, so I put another one in, and about an hour later took a couple more pictures. But it's almost full, not quite. Tomorrow will be full.
So it'll be a full moon.
My wife swears that affects the kids. I don't know. I don't know.
It affects everybody.
You know, if you think about it, you know, all of your fluid in your body is pulled, you know, it's probably affected by the moon's gravity. The bigger the moon, the stronger the gravity, I'm guessing, or the gravitational pull. I'm not a scientist, so I
don't know. Hey, Brenda, Waypoint, Brian put the link to the download in the chat for you. Yeah, because that's going to have to come directly from them. If it's a Google phone or Android, you're going to have to load it in, and you could probably have to tell it you allow that to download. Cause I got Apple products. I know that, I've heard somebody do that one time. I just don't know how to do it. But you could download, once you download it, it's gonna always be updating everything with you. Once you get it on there. But Google Play stopped doing all of the drone stuff a while back because they couldn't have input into it or something. They couldn't get some kind of control on it.
And do Apple products let you download from the Apple Store?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I know Android stopped. I thought it was both platforms. I didn't know.
Yeah, Apple's still working, but it's I got there early for the games yesterday, a little bit early, because the game I usually get there about 45 minutes early. So I'm sitting there and the girls are still out practicing. And I looked up and I saw one of the boys said, "Don't tell me y'all cancel your games tonight." And he said, "No, the game's at 5." I said, "Well, they're still practicing, because usually they're setting up by then." So that one new girl, that tall freshman, she's out there and she's trying to do 3-point shots and just missing and missing and missing. And I looked over at her and I said, "Hey, stick your tongue out and shoot." She started laughing, stuck her tongue out all net. And she said, I said, "You see, that works." I said, "You don't realize that I watch y'all so much that every time you miss, you bite, you going. When you stick your tongue out, let the tongue stick out the side, it's like you're not thinking about anything, and you shoot and you got all net." So and the coach was watching, right? Every time she was missing, she did have her tongue out. Coach started hollering, "Stick a tongue out." It was funny. I'm just telling you. She get that tongue out the side of her mouth.
What are they
Yeah.
building? So, do you guys have Bally's down there?
Who?
Bally's. It's a gym. It's a gym membership, gymnasium,
No.
like workout. No.
They got a whole bunch of other them, but not that.
So they had a Bally's here. I just drove by it. It was there for many, many years, probably 30 years. And about 10 years ago, it closed down. And then all the homeless started to break in and live. It's a huge, warehouse kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And all the homeless started to, live in there. So they finally tore it. They put a fence around it about a year ago, and then they tore it down about 6 months ago, and now they're building something. I think it's going to be apartments, but just drove by it.
Wow.
And they're already working out there. They've got all kinds of lights because it's dark, of course, here, right?
Right.
But they're out there working already. Whoever the construction guys are. But it'd be a beautiful sunrise. Not a lot of clouds though, so it won't be real colorful. But it's clear as a bell, clear and cold. 25 degrees right now. And it snowed
I might have
yesterday.
the baby for a couple hours today.
That bee is just bugging the hell out of me.
Give her to Joe.
No.
Well, I think probably as dogs get older, because she's like 15 years old, I think they get a little bit screwed up just like I do,
Yeah. You need to get a puppy, Paul. Joe said so.
Joe said that?
Yeah.
He's ignoring us.
Yeah.
Go get about a 1-year-old.
I've had like 15 different dogs in different late stages and ages. In fact, when I go to put one down, I go to the vet's office, and the first thing they do is they bring a box of Kleenexes into the room. Because I get emotional.
Yep. Easy to do. My Mia, we had a Mia that we put down in 23 or 24, I forget. I think 23. And it was hard
Oh
to
yeah.
put her down.
Are you going to fly, Lance?
I don't know if I'm gonna fly or not. It's kind of cold, so I might just go to work. Haven't decided yet. I've got
Keep breaking up.
Well, you've got something new to share with the kids when they get to class today, right?
Oh yeah, they're gonna be excited. Thank you.
Well, instead of sitting here on the desk and not flying it, I thought I better send it to you. Because I know your students would love it too. Anybody has a Neo or a small copter that you aren't going to fly or whatever, send it to Lance. He'll put it to good use because he's got all those students just love stretching their wings, right? Right, Joe?
Yep.
Lance will take care of them. You know, there was no wind. There's no wind here right now. I was halfway tempted when I did that ship today to fly it with the flip, but I didn't. Because I wanted to test out that new controller and see if it worked any better, and it did. But I think you're right. When I get a little few bucks ahead, I'll send that controller into DJI and say, hey, what's the matter with this controller?
Yeah, there's probably something wrong with it.
Hey, you remember that we SD cards I was going to order? I ordered.
Yep.
Well, I ordered them. What time was that? Like 10:30, 11 o'clock?
Something like that.
They delivered them to my door by 2 o'clock. Amazon.
Wow.
Yeah, I never. It's like, what? What? Yeah, we're under winter storm watch from 1 o'clock tomorrow until 7 a.m. on Thursday.
We're going to have record cold. In fact, it's already broken a record today. Tomorrow we're supposed to have another one. Then it's supposed to start to warm up and rain by the weekend.
Yeah, the weather isn't conducive for doing anything outdoors, is it?
No, either too cold or too wet. So I took the Neo home last night, Paul, to make sure everything was bound and ready to go for my kids this morning,
Yeah,
and so I flew it a little bit. I'd never flown with sticks before, you know,
with the
the
controller.
Neo. Yeah.
Okay.
And it flies nice. It's the best drone out there. I can see
Yeah,
why
that's what Joe says.
Yeah. See why
Joe's
he loves
always. I've heard Joe tell everybody when they come on here, get a Neo because it's the best drone ever. Right, Joe?
Putting words in my
And-
mouth.
And you know, Paul, you had it set to record audio, and I didn't know it would do that on the sticks. So that's I like that.
Yeah.
You know, and I flew it, and I'm just kind of talking to myself, and you know, and then I go up and on my computer to view it, and it's like, oh right, it does record with the sticks. I thought it only recorded with the phone, but it
I
records
thought it
with
only
the sticks.
recorded with the phone too.
So if you turn your controller over, Joe, there's a speaker back there. Just don't make sure you don't cover it up when you're holding it in your hands.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's nice. I like that. I like that. Now I could be wrong, and it's recording from my phone. I don't know that, but I'm
Well,
assuming it's.
I think the speaker is only for playback, isn't it, Joe?
I don't know.
You're probably right.
I
You're
never knew
probably
they had a
right.
speaker on it.
You know,
I thought that was just for a fan.
Mike is probably the holes on the.
Well,
the
Joe
side.
says it might be just for a fan too.
It could be, yeah. I watched, you know, because I really hadn't watched a lot of videos, and one guy said it was a speaker,
Okay.
either a speaker or a mic. I forget which he said, but again, who knows? You know, you know, not everyone.
Well,
gives
the
same
interesting
review.
thing is it recorded directly to the SD card, right?
Yep, to the drone. Well, you know, no
Right.
SD card, but yeah,
Right.
right to the drone, which is nice. And then I tested it again this morning. I just turned it on in my office and hit record and talked, and then I played it back, and it was right there. So I really like that feature. But
Well,
you had it turned on.
I'm sure your students will like that too.
Yep. Okay, off to get gas here, guys.
So, Joe,
what-
how many games you got today to shoot?
That two again.
Back to back?
Yep.
What time?
Got to be there at 4:15. The game is a big night tonight. It's senior night, so there's gonna be a lot of people there, and there'll be a lot of people there tonight, and got to be there set up for senior night.
Okay.
It's every day. Every day this week's gonna be like that.
Okay.
Yep, they got. It's gonna be a busy week. You know, she need to let me know way ahead of time. No, my daughter's got a interview at noon. So she
So
said
you
Lily
got the
wasn't
baby?
feeling, don't know. She said Lily wasn't feeling good yesterday.
Oh,
She
that's
looked
all
like she
you
was
need
trying
is
to,
for her to pass something on to you.
well, you see, that's what I don't like, you know, because if she's sick, she's dropping off here sick.
Gas continues to go up, fellas.
Well, what you need to do, Joe, is when he straps them off, if she's sick, put on plastic gloves and put a mask on.
Masks don't work.
Are you a coffee drinker, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Do you drink Starbucks?
No.
They're calling it Starbucks Coffee Company now. They're changing the name.
Yep.
Joe's a proper tea drinker, aren't you?
No, I don't drink. I drink tea. Only time I drink proper tea is to mess with the Brits.
Do you drink coffee, Joe or Paul?
No, I'm not. Never have. I tasted it once when I was 16 and said, nope, not for me. I believe in drinking healthy. That's why I drink Diet Pepsi all day long. Because Joe said that's a healthy drink for me, Diet Pepsi.
Again, other words that never came out of my mouth.
Joe, you know, I always do what you say. Johnny D is in the house.
Hey, Johnny, what's up?
How's it going?
Yeah, Johnny made a comment on one of my videos. My video said fun time, the one we did over at the Fontainebleau Park.
Yeah.
And I replied, always great to fly with friends and you.
Jonathan Jackson, how's it going? And Jonathan says it's recording from your phone, too, Lance.
Yeah,
It's
but he
not
had his phone
recording.
with him.
Yep, not recording from the back.
So I get a call that says wireless caller, right?
Yeah.
And it's a local number, right? So I look at it, and it could be one of the moms calling me. So I go ahead and I open it, and I don't say anything. And it says, "Hi, thank you for placing the order with us." And place an order with me, bitch. It says, "For order inquiries, press 1. For so press 2. I don't know. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a darn hustle.
Well, I know where they're coming from. They're coming from AOL. Because AOL, the other day, all of a sudden, I started getting 40 and 50 spam emails. And I started getting all these back-to-back calls. I'm about to just kill AOL. Tell them, kiss it, you know? They want to ban something in this country, ban that. Ban all the bullshit that we got to deal with. Took my fluid pill this morning, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, I took my clean out pills yesterday and I was up and down all night long. Hello, Mark. How's it going?
I walk in the kitchen, and when I come out the kitchen, Cleo's looking at me, checking my hands out to see if I got anything. You see, what you went in there and got? You got food? Oh. We're gonna find out this year. Nate's brother, Will, declared for the NFL draft.
You have to tell us where he's drafted.
Yeah, I hope he gets drafted. He's good. He's a great receiver. A lot of speed, got an attitude. Like his brother.
And what
They
college?
know they're all that, and they're not. There's no humility there.
Yeah. What college?
He was at Colorado. Colorado High. He started at Vanderbilt and transferred over to 2 years with what's his called for Colorado College. Yeah,
Dion?
Mm-hmm. Dion.
Okay. And so he was in the shadows of Hunter then.
Yep. He
And what
caught
was his
some
name?
great passes too. It's Will Shepherd, number 14.
Okay.
Yeah, he made some good catches too. Crazy catches, one-handed catches and stuff.
Remember the name Jamari Pringle.
Okay.
The kid's going to be a stud. He's a 6'7" wide receiver, and he's only a junior now, and he's in my photography class. The sucker tower. I'm 6'1", and he towers over me, and he's big, and he's a receiver. He's probably, 220, but yeah, he's going to be a player. I've got a series of shots of him scoring a touchdown that probably my sixth, I had it on burst mode, and a pretty good series of shots.
Yeah, the Kansas City Buffalo game. uh, let's see, it was three of the referees who ref that game are under suspension and are being investigated.
Because this last game?
The Buffalo game against Kansas City.
Oh, okay. Because this game they almost dogged Kansas City, don't you think?
No.
If
We
anything.
we saw some calls they missed on Super Bowl, didn't you, Joe?
Oh, yeah, they missed a few.
But I mean,
They call-
Mahomes got hit in the face mask and they didn't call that. That was pretty
Yeah,
obvious.
that one was an obvious one, but there were other ones in there. But the guy also that hit him in the face mask was coming out of being held. He was being held. The guy had to
Being
wrap him
held.
up, and he was yanking away from him. When he yanked away from him, it's a lot of when you have something like that, it's a lot of frustration too. When you're right next to the quarterback, I'm gonna smack your quarterback anyway, just because you're holding me.
Yep.
You know, 'cause, when I was playing, we were playing just Sandlot a game, okay, and my son's best friend Ronnie was the quarterback. Ronnie's about 6'6", and I'm 5'6", so he got a foot on me, right?
Yep.
So I was rushing him because he couldn't get past me, so I wasn't worried about him. But every time he let the ball go, I put him on his ass. And this was just a Sandlot game.
Mm-hmm.
And he got to the point where he said he ain't never been hit so hard in his life. And he said, and I didn't even want to have the ball because I knew you were going to hit me. He couldn't throw. He wasn't passing. He was missing all his receivers, everything.
Wow.
And he tells everybody that story. He says, he told every time we're all together, he says, your brother crazy. He said, I've never been hit so hard in my life.
Put him down, huh?
That's how I was when I played. Give me that one step where I got a clean shot at you, and you don't want me to get there again.
Lance, did you play any sports as a kid?
I played college football. I
Oh,
did.
Did you? What position?
Linebacker.
Linebacker. Wow.
So yeah, I did. I played baseball. I played the three major sports: baseball, basketball, and football.
What was your favorite?
Football.
Okay. How did your team
My-
do?
So my junior and senior year in college, we were ranked in the nation. My first 2 years, we could have been the worst team in the nation.
Huh.
We were terrible my first 2 years in college, and then my junior year, we ended up getting a junior transfer quarterback, and that was we just had terrible quarterbacks my first 2 years. In fact, I don't know that any quarterback started more than 2 games. It was just a kind of let's see who can run the ball or
So
lead us.
it was a coaching nightmare for the first 2 years.
Yeah, it was. And then we got a recruit that was really a good quarterback. And
Hanging with JD says, I could see Lance as the water boy.
yeah, and that's kind of what I primarily did is I carried water out to the field.
Now, which college was that?
Central Washington University
Central Washington University.
in Ellensburg.
Okay.
My last all 4 years, we had a home game our last game, and there was snow on the ground all 4 games.
Wow.
So it was kind of fun to play in the snow. And I got to play my freshman year in that game. I only played 2 games my freshman year. I didn't get to play much, and that was one of the games I played. And then my last 3 years, I was a starter.
So you like to play sports, you chase the girls, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I met my wife my second senior year after football. I met my wife there, so
She's been with you ever since.
with me ever since. That was 1980, January 4th, 1983. So how many years is that? 41? Is that
41.
right? 41 years.
41.
Married her in 87. So we've only been married 37 years. Okay. Going to get some coffee, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What is a hard chart to read? Defensive stats. I need better eyesight. This don't make sense.
What do you think, Joe?
I don't know, it's kind of quiet.
It's very quiet. How many people we got watching right now?
I'm not looking at that, hold on. $16.
Wow.
Everybody lurking.
Well, they're waiting for you.
I can wait.
Okay, I'm back.
Mark's
Can't
here.
have, can't have tell Lance is a teacher.
Oh, what are you guys talking about?
We're in 2025 now, Lance. That makes it 42 years.
Oh yeah, I keep thinking it's 24. I don't write checks, so I don't write 25.
But
Yeah.
it may be 41 years. Maybe like September.
No, he said January.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, January 4.
Hmm.
Yeah, 42 years. My gosh, that's a long time. It's a long time to be with one person, isn't it?
Oh, my mum and dad were married for 66 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105. My parents were 54 when my mom passed.
Mhm.
54.
Mhm.
You gonna fly today, Joe?
I don't know. I got the grandbaby. I'm not.
Take her with you. Have her fly the Neo.
1980. Lance Cadena.
Did you find me?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
1981.
So I started in the fall of '78 was my freshman year, and then I stopped playing in '81 my senior year. So
Yeah,
78,
81.
79, 80,
Yeah,
and 81.
81. Yeah. I don't know what the I can't. What the freaking is? What is PT and AT?
ET
Not
and
giving
8.
you. Yeah, that's not breaking it. Not
I
breaking
don't
down
know.
what that is. You got PT. You got
Hmm?
14 and 18. You got 9 total of 26.
Mhm.
6 of 49. Wait, no, 0 on quarterback. That don't make sense. Loss is 1 and 3.
No, it's a fucking dream.
See the initials. There's nothing telling you what the initials are, and I know football, and none of these make sense.
Well, you kept it quiet.
AT would be attempts. But what's 9? What would be 9 attempts, and what would PT mean?
I must have been a field goal kicker too, and I didn't know it.
Because everybody's got that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. You know, and
Might
if
be
you think
play
about
total. Might be
they're
cl-
probably way total. I don't know.
But there's nothing that tells you what the ledger is. Let me go on the bottom. Nothing. Doesn't show you what PT means.
You know, if you think about it, all of that, all of what you're saying happened before the internet. So they
Yeah.
had to have added that, 25 years after the fact. So who knows what it stands for, the accuracy or any of that garbage.
Yeah, I know.
And is there a picture of me with long hair?
No,
No.
I haven't found it. What was your number?
82.
That's a high number for what you call
Yeah. They all of us linebackers either had 40s or 80s.
I'm gonna send you the link to what I found. You go back and look at this. I sent you the link in Messenger.
See, the moon is yellow and it's right over the horizon of all the skyscrapers in Tacoma. Do I stop, Paul, and send it?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I've got to stop soon right away.
Mhm.
Where am I going to go?
Oh.
I'm sure by the time I get out of the car, get everything set up, the moon will be behind the skyscrapers and I'll miss it. I don't see it now. It's looks like it's already behind.
Well, you're going to get a little bit of elevation with the drone, right?
That is correct. Yes. Always take that into account, right?
Yeah.
When you shoot sunrise and sunset, just know that you're going to be a little higher than the average Joe.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm looking
average-
for a team picture, and I don't see a team picture anywhere. They got the earliest team picture I'm finding for Central Washington is '88.
Okay. And my wife threw out all 4 of my team pictures. That really is like, why did you do that? Why did you do? I've got individual pictures of myself, but my team is like, Sheila, why did you do that? I was not happy with her. But my buddy who I played with in high school has all 4, so I need to get together
Take
with him and say,
copies, yeah.
"Hey,
Yeah.
scan those for me." Because I of course being a photographer, I thought out the process of where I was going to sit in the team picture. So in my freshman year, I sat in row 4, and there's like 10 rows. And then my sophomore year, I sat in the 3rd row, and my junior year, I sat in the 2nd row. Where did I sit in my senior year, Joe?
First row.
There you go. So I was 4-3-2-1. I did that with a purpose back then.
That was a good guess, wasn't it? I wasn't even listening to you.
That was a good guess. Yep. But I started with about 40 freshmen my freshman year, and I think 8 of us finished 4 years, and 6 of us graduated, and only 2 graduated on time. I was not one of them. It took me 5 years to graduate, just because all the time on the road, we had to miss so much in the fall and in the spring for spring football. So it was, and if I would have never gone 5 years, I would have never met my wife. That's when I met her. It was my 5th year.
Oh, in your 5th year, you met her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was a year behind.
I'm about 1990, 1989, 1986.
And you're seeing team pictures there?
Yeah, they blended it every once in a while. 83,
Okay.
83 comes up as Michigan Panthers.
That
I didn't ask
that
for
would not be
Michigan
us.
Panthers.
No, that would not be us.
I'm asking for Central Washington University, 1983. That's all I'm asking for. Here's Central University, 1989, 83 Central Washington, but it looks like a swim team.
Well, that could have been our freshman year. That's how bad we were.
Then it's a bunch of girls. It could have been still could have been your team, right?
That could have been us as well, because we played like girls.
No, I can't find 83. Not popping up. Unless it's way down in the bottom. It should see. It's not going to be in the bottom. It's going to have to be up top because it won't be later on. You know. I was looking to see if I could even find like a game picture or something. You know.
Uh-huh.
Because I played with the Marine Corps all the way into my 30s, and we had full 11-man teams, everything else. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was like a college team because everybody was as big as college players. And I played till in my 30s till I couldn't till I got to the point where it was harder for me to go back to work the next day than to play football, you know.
Yep.
Because it took me 3 or 4 days to be able to walk. And then we'd have another game, and then it'd take me 4 or 5 days to be able to walk. I'd be so beat up during the games. And when I played baseball too, and baseball was it. I should have stayed with baseball.
Was that your passion, was baseball?
Oh, I loved football. My passion was football. I had good hands. I was quick, and I knew the game. And I had like a sixth sense. And if I had the ball, say I was quarterbacking, if somebody threw me the ball and I had to do a pass, I knew where people were, and I could feel them coming up on me. And I'd get if I knew I couldn't get the pass off, I'd just take off. And usually when I start taking off, I felt somebody touch me, like they were getting ready to sack me. And because we had a lot of options when I played, and I kicked, and I could kick. That was the other thing. But with baseball, I loved baseball because I was a catcher and a shortstop, and every once in a while I could do second short. I love shortstop. I hated third base, but they put me at third base a lot because that's a hot corner ball. Woo! Well, those suckers come at you so fast sometimes. Sometimes you don't even have a bounce. You know, it's like right at you, you know. But catcher, if I was that catcher and you took a step off first base and you took your eye off of me, I'll pick you off.
Really?
I did that to a lot of people. They watch me. They watch me as they walk back to the base, and if they just turn their head, I'll let it go. If I didn't throw it, and they turned their head, got you, baby. That's one thing I had. I had a real strong arm, but I couldn't hit a home run. I could hit a line drive and put it exactly where I wanted to all day long. If I saw a gap at third base, I'd sit up there and I'd just shift a little bit. When that ball came in, I timed it and cracked it down third base line. It hit chalk. If there was a gap between shortstop and second, I'd line drive it and it hit around second base. I could do that all day long. But hit a home run? Oh, hell no. If I tried to hit a home run, it was a pop-up. So I got to the point in my last 3 years I played, that all I was basically a designated hitter. I didn't run the bases anymore, didn't do anything. I ran the bases, but I didn't catch or play any position. I'd sit there and because our pitcher didn't have to bat. He could use a DH. So what would happen is I'd go up, hit the ball, get somebody in, and then we'd get a run. Get somebody in, get a run. You know, that's all I do. But if I would have went straight in, if I'd have stayed in baseball more than I did in football, not going to the Marines, I probably could have played. There's no money in it back then. Not like it is now.
Put you guys in my pocket here.
But I had a lot of friends play college football out of high school, and every one of them told me that I missed my chance.
Yeah, my best man has dementia. That was in my wedding. I also played college football with him, and
Yep.
he's in late stages. He's not doing well, but he was my best man in my wedding.
Oh, he's not doing well?
No, he's in fact he's in hospice, so I don't know how long he's gonna.
What does he have?
Dementia.
Oh, wow.
A lot of
And
concussions.
I don't see him because he lives in Georgia. And the only way I can communicate is with his brother who lives in Virginia. And his brother keeps me posted, but brother told me about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, that they put him in hospice. He's nonverbal now.
Not doing good. Okay.
So we'll see.
Well, it's in cases like that, you know, it's best if they pass on, you know.
Yeah, and I told my his brother, who's a good friend of mine as well. I said, make sure you donate his brain. You know, let's find out what's, you know, was there football in?
He froze. He'll be back. It's probably due to concussions. I only played, like I said, when I got out of high school, before I went in the Marine Corps, I had 3 concussions. Just in high school. Let me get this call. Hey, what's up? Hold on. Yeah, hold on, man. I'm trying to do something.
Did I lose you guys?
No, we're here.
Okay.
It would seem that PT is a punter.
and believe me, I was I wasn't a punter. So that's how good a stats they put on there. Not very good, it appears. But you know, if you think about it, they probably started adding those in about 2010. Okay. Not a punter.
What time does the students start arriving?
So my kids don't get here. I don't have a class until 9:15,
Wow.
which is
And you're
10:15.
3 hours different, so that's like 11:15.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually
Unless you-
that'd be 12:15, right? My time?
Yeah, if according to Mark, yeah. According to Mark. He's got that math down.
What?
Right, Mark?
Hmm?
I
What
said,
we're on
right?
about? I don't know what we're on about.
You got that math down.
Mhm.
What we're talking about, his class doesn't start until 9:15 on the West Coast. So that'd be 12:15 here on the East Coast.
Yeah, 3 hours.
So he doesn't start his day until after lunch here.
And it would be 5:15 in the evening here when he starts.
Welcoming here failed upon landing, resulting in death. The National Transportation Safety Board is on scene. They will be taking over the investigation at this point. The runway remains closed at this time.
Yeah, my answers.
You guys hear me?
What time? Go time. Iceland.
We'll go in a bit.
Hmm?
We'll go in a bit.
That's better. I don't want to be too late back tonight.
Mhm.
Don't worry, I won't spend all my money. I'm joking. I'm serious. Oh, let's get some. Yeah, having new meatballs and stuff tonight.
Probably.
Don't leave it too long, mate, because they'll go off. I think you might get it. Yeah. Sure. Hoover is one of the broken back down. Don't you?
That was Johnny trying to figure out when we're gonna fly this week.
Oh, he's doing a schedule?
Yeah, we were trying to figure it out. So the only day I might have a chance to fly is Thursday. Supposed to rain tomorrow.
Yeah, we're supposed to get snow.
Yeah, we're gonna get some serious rain tomorrow. Well, shoot, Mark and Lance are quiet.
Mm.
So my video went up today with the Karen.
Did you videotape the Karen?
No, I didn't. But if you look at the video, you'll see where I put the writing in there about the Karen, and you can see where she's at, right? Because she's walking towards her car, and you could tell by that I was nowhere around her at all.
And
You
put
know, I
it
was
up.
never anywhere around her. Not even close. And you can see the second time when I'm going by, she's behind her car on her phone. That's when she was calling the Rangers.
No.
Huh?
No.
Not so sure that. That's nice of you,
Kate, stop it.
Why? So yeah.
I have to see if I can find my Karen.
Yeah.
Ah,
I posted a couple of years ago. Guy came right up to us and got in our face. And I had my Insta360 filming it,
Yeah.
and he didn't realize it.
Does it lose its shape?
I need
I need to find it.
I wish I'd had B-roll going.
With a couple of my buddies, the three of us were having a mini meetup.
Yeah.
This guy jumped us.
The best part of mine was when the park ranger, when she said, I was in the bathroom and he was flying a drone. He said, was he in the bathroom with you? You know, he flying with you? No. Well, what did he do wrong? Well, he's flying out here with people in the state park. Again, what he did wrong. That's what he said. He didn't do nothing wrong. You could have all the rain there, Brenda. Because it's supposed to be significant tonight, enough that I might have to move my car. And I got to go let that girl know downstairs. You know, it might be moving through fast. That's the thing. If it moves through fast, we'll have to worry. If it decides to train across us, then we're in trouble.
Could have been a year ago.
And Paul, I don't know if my son broke up with that girl or not.
Yeah, but he hasn't told you?
No, he hasn't told me anything. And when he talked to me after the Super Bowl, during the Super Bowl, during halftime, he called me and said, well, what are you doing? So I'm home watching the Super Bowl. I said, well, why are you home? That's what
Look at him trying to read.
I said, why are you home like that? And he said, well, Jessica, one of Emma's friends, they were doing something today, and she went over by Jessica's. So, and she didn't really want to watch the Super Bowl like that. So he said, so I just came home and I'm watching it here.
So it doesn't sound like he broke up with her.
No, it sounded like he did. He's not telling me. Huh. Dre says his DJI 2000 was returned by customs to DJI. Okay, well, we got a problem with customs because there's nothing saying that it's nothing banning them, and customs are doing this on their own. We need a class action on this.
Wonder if I've got it.
Oh, be right back. Waterfield. I'm not going.
Or I might have it unpublished. Let's see here. Can't find it.
All right. I think the T part of it must stand for tackle. So it could be a punt tackle. I haven't the foggiest idea what the A's for.
I'll have to take a look at it, Mark. It might jog my memory. Oh, here it is right here. Can I share this with you guys?
What's that?
Yeah.
My Karen experience.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Share. Should we wait for Joe to come back? Here. Should I share the audio? I don't know what I put on.
Go ahead and start it. I'm going.
Okay, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Karen, the dude is right there. And we're way over here. And on that side of the fence is the park. And we can't take off and land in the park, right? But this is private property over here. So we can over here. Well, this is like a club. It's like not like an Elks Club, but kind of. And this guy belongs to this club. And I launch here all the time. And it's, like I said, private property. So here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can figure it out. Play. Where's play?
You go.
Play. And here he comes.
Well, it's a guy, huh?
It's a guy, and he starts yelling at us.
That's when you just look at him and say, stay in your lane, bro.
And finally I said, stop yelling. And he says, I'm not yelling. And he calms down a little bit. Oh, I am. I do have it in 360. So he's getting in our face. There I am. And that's when I said, stop yelling. And he says, I'm not yelling. He comes walking at me. I said, you better get out of my space, dude.
You see that poor guy right there? If he walked up on me like that, he'd have been hurting. You never have kids again.
But he's like, I'm the top dog. I said, you're gonna be a dead dog here in a second. You're gonna see what next week looks like.
Like I said, he had walked up on me like that, I'd let him get another 2 steps, and he would have never had kids again.
Stop sharing. I wish I would have had more of that, but I didn't. I don't know why I edited it that short, but I did. And that was how long ago? That was, says 1 year ago ish, in YouTube years.
Well, the best thing, like I said, Wednesday afternoon and evening is a storm threat, low to severe, especially north of the lake. low end severe risk, especially low end severe risk. So I'm on the low end of it. I gotta watch how it goes through. Thursday's gonna be a little cooler and perfect day. We need to fly. But the best thing was he said two things. He said, did he fly the drone into the bathroom with you? Well, he didn't do anything wrong like that. Then the other woman looks over at the husband and she's walking off, and she goes, I don't understand. I don't understand how he could fly it in the park here and they let him do it like that. And he says, ma'am, in the state of Louisiana, he said, the state of Louisiana, it's not illegal to fly in a state park. And she turns around, she goes, we didn't have to justify that to me. He said, then quit talking about it and walk on. The way he said that was perfect. Then quit talking about it, keep going.
Good dinner.
Oh. Well, let me ask this question I don't want to ask. Did you take Lily to school this morning? Because she's supposed to have that interview yesterday, and she canceled the interview till today because she had Lily at the house thinking she might be getting sick. That would have been the time to bring her to me. Gonna mess around and not get this job that she wants. All priorities, all it is.
As to how the previous administration always had the board. So there's that. There is targeted in places where those would go into DHS security. Or I think DHS Secretary General who did this that was
It's Tina West.
it's protecting our homeland. There are several areas of basic law and ethics. You
I do really appreciate everything you want. Essentially.
Browse.
Hey, Dre.
Hello, Dre.
Just got off the phone with DGI. They're going to try to send it again before I get a refund, see what happened. But this is the nonsense. As they say, this is
Be quiet. Oh, I've got the audio down.
elections have consequences.
What did you order?
Well, this was happening before the election.
But this is the hands of those who serve under. Stefanik.
What did
Yeah.
you order,
Yes.
Dre?
I ordered the extended battery to my DJI 1000,
Oh, okay.
and it came all the way here. And I kind of chewed on DJI. I said I ordered this back in November,
Yeah.
and I said if you would have sent this to me in the time I ordered it, timely fashion, maybe I'd have got it. I sent this before I bought this before I went to the Vegas meetup, which was the
Yeah.
weekend of November 10th.
Yeah, November 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Right. I ordered way back then. I said, if I'd have got it then, it probably made it clear customs before all this nonsense got going already. So, as always, they do the apology song and dance, but there's nothing they can do. None of their US warehouses have it in stock. Everything has to come through DJI China now. This kind of mess. And the only thing they can suggest is that maybe and we all know B&H and Autorama don't have nothing in stock from DJI
Yeah.
to speak of. So it's like it's just a crapshoot. You're lucky if you don't.
So Dre, is it called the DJI Power Expansion Battery 2000? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? Okay.
Yeah.
That's expensive. That's $700.
Yeah, about $900 for tax.
Yeah. And what does that do? That just gives you an extra million
Yeah.
hours?
It doubles the hours of the original 1000.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know Al out of South Florida, right? He had an Air 3S that couldn't
Yeah, I
get
remember.
through,
Yeah.
and then Johnny got one and got it to him, and he
Mhm.
just ordered a Neo, and it got held up again.
Yeah. And that's why I say this is a mess. This has Stephanik's handprints all over it.
Yeah,
And
that's bullshit. It really is.
It is.
Because there ought to be something we could do about it because it's not a law. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, like I said, they're using an old law
Yeah.
signed by our buddy who just left office. And like I say, this is how instead of going to the courts and get an interpretation of what that law and how it should be implemented, they're just winging it. Saying anything coming out of China, DJI, we're not gonna let it go through customs smoothly. It's gonna be a hassle to push it through. And I said, that's the problem. There is no
So
consistency.
what you're saying is I should have kept that flip and sold it on eBay for 3 times the cost.
Yeah. You probably,
Yeah, I'm telling you. I might order a couple, see if I get anything in.
yeah. But this is like I said, I said it when Dobo first brought it up back in end of October. I said this is nonsense because all of and DJI has done everything in accordance with the law that has been written, showing proof that this material, this item, whatever, is not being manufactured or made with slave labor, which is what it comes down to. But customers not acknowledging their documentation. So I was like, how do you get past something when you already went through the process of getting something cleared according to the rules that we have set forth? You still turn away items. And this is why I said before, anything come out of China, it may be subject to this. You may be ordering any number of things, doohickeys, door handles, and whatever else, and it may not clear customs.
Yeah, that's
And just like they're talking about, they might have to make exemptions for companies like Temu and stuff. Which I'd be like, that's one of the good things that may come out of this. That people like Temu and Banggood and Ali, whatever it is, Express, they're gonna fall subject to the same mess. Yeah, Russell, I can't tell you. It's not because, like I say, when Dobo got his and Al Cicerone down in Florida, like I said, they're in Florida. I'm in California. This is the first time I've heard something get held up in California, and it's happened to me. A lot of folks, it's like it took over a month for Don Mudball to get his Air 3 there in Missouri. A lot of folks have ran into this, either extended delays or it has been returned back to sender, which means back to China. And I think my ball had went through that where his was returned, the original ones were returned, and he had to send him another one, and it finally came through a month and a half later. But my theory is always this: if my money good, you should be able to deliver it on good. Don't take my money if you can't deliver. So I even asked DGI, as I said, I got a warehouse within 45 minutes of my house in Cerritos, California. And I asked him, do you have any of these items stateside? And all they she was telling me check with B&H and those knuckleheads. And I started asking, I said, can you check with Canada and see if they can ship it through? And stuff. And that'll be my next phone call when they call me back. Because I mean, it took almost, once I kept chewing on them about when are you going to send me my stuff, it only took about a week. Because they kept saying that they were out of stock all through December and early January. I'm like, bull crap. I ordered this thing back in November. And I'm looking at all your little influence that you sent one to. I said, they got one. And I ordered this long before they got their hands on it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, now you're going to play this out of stock game. I'm like, that's BS. I said, you should have sent me mine. I paid for it. And I might have did a video for you.
Yeah.
So other than my little rant, how you doing today, Mr. Murray?
Hanging in there. How about yourself? Other than that, everything going all right? You feeling better? You were under the weather here a week ago.
Yeah. Like I say, it's, when you have something in your throat, it just, takes days for it. At night, I get a little cough at night, but like I said, I came in this morning, my office, had some tea, doing pretty good right now. And still get that. It's not like a harsh raspiness, but you can hear it in my voice, almost like I got a nasal sound in my voice.
Hey, my question, you said you had a little tea. Is it proper tea?
Well, it's black tea. I don't.
What they're talking about is our friends from across the pond
Oh,
say that it's not proper tea unless you boil the water and you put the tea bag in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a minute and a half in the microwave. That'll work.
Well, I put the water in the microwave for 2 minutes. Use my regular Lipton tea bag, black tea. Dipped it a few times. Added about 5 or 6 packets of sugar. And call it a day. I don't put no milk in my tea, and I don't have no biscuits with my tea.
I do not drink tea.
Well, I say, Lance, I don't drink coffee, so it was going to be either tea or hot chocolate this morning. I said, let me get some tea.
Russell wanted to know if the wildfires created an issue with your breathing.
No. The wildfires, I'm about 50 miles east of the wildfires. That didn't affect me at all. I don't have a sinus issue or sensitivity to that kind of stuff. I think I just may have came in contact with somebody who may have had a bug, and it's trying to catch up with me. You never know. I mean, in my work, it's a lot of handshaking and how you do kind of stuff, and you never know what other people do or what they may have had. But like I said, I traveled within the last 3-4 weeks. I traveled, flew to Atlanta and back. So you're in closed spaces. So you never know who you were sitting next to and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's probably just a strep.
I can fix stuff is having a little bit of hard time with his got the flu or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give me that tape.
But and Lance, of course, is at school.
Yeah, I see Lance is in his spot where he should be.
But his students don't arrive until
Back up.
11:15 or 12:15 my time on the East Coast.
Right. Well, I think Lance has his, what my wife call it their prep period.
Yeah.
It's the first period of the day is his prep period. My wife has hers. I think her prep period is either right before lunch or right after lunch is her prep period.
I like at the beginning of the day, and I like it right after lunch, one or the other. In fact,
Right,
they gave me two.
right.
So I'm going to ask for right after lunch next year.
Yeah. So I'm familiar with Lance's scheduling activities. That comes with seniority.
Yep.
That
Now,
means you
how many
goof
years
off.
have you been teaching there, Lance?
Started in fall of '83. So
Wow.
Mark, how many years is that? 42?
42.
Mm-hmm.
42 years, guys.
Yeah.
I did my student teaching spring of '83 and started work fall of '83.
All right.
Wow.
Coaching high school and assistant high school football and baseball coach, and did that for 21 years at different at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different high schools in that 21 years. Actually 4 because I went to one twice. And then, my daughter was born, and then I decided to retire from coaching. And for the last 19 years, I haven't coached except for
Dre,
esports.
did you play any sports in school?
Oh yeah, I played sports from Little League, Pop Warner, all the way up to college. I played football at Utah State University. And then when I joined the Marine Corps, I played and coached in the Marine Corps. And unlike Joe, I won a championship in the Marine Corps.
So what position did you like to play in football?
I ended up being a strong safety. That was, I guess, my most talented position, but I played everything from quarterback, running back, corner, all that kind of good stuff. And when I won the championship for the Marine Corps, I was a quarterback.
Well,
We
unlike Dre, I won a championship in the Marine Corps in soccer. Only year I played.
Oh, that was
In
you in the
Okinawa.
movie. That was Joe in the movie Boys from Company C.
I wasn't. But it was in Okinawa. I did it to get out of work early.
Yeah,
And West, I said, I go. Football was easy. I go to soccer and do it. Oh Lord help me, I'll never do that again.
yeah.
You're talking about running.
Oh yeah.
I got more injuries at 1 year of soccer than I ever had in football.
Mm. Yeah.
Well,
We were 29 Palms and Eric, Tustin. We always had that. I forgot what they call it, the Dust Bowl or whatever it was every year. And we went from 29 Palms down to Tustin, and we beat them for the championship.
yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
In football, you'd have to play for the full 45 minutes without team changes and adverts.
Oh, I know. It was tough. Full 45 minutes twice.
Yep.
And I strained the knee. Then it got a little bit better. I strained the ankle, and I could kick good. That's why they had me out there. Because I could kick from the midline and get it close to the goal every time. So I mean, my knees started hurting, so they pulled me to the side where I didn't have to kick as hard. Then I rolled the ankle, and the knee swelled up. So then they said, "Well, we're going to try you at goal." And being a linebacker, I said, "Oh shit, yeah, give me that, because I go grab the ball from you. I could use my hands then. And I said, "Yeah, let me do that." So I played goalie the rest of the year, and the last game of the season when we won the championship, on the second to last play, I had a guy kick the ball, slapped it, set in the side of my face.
Stand on my feet.
He was that close to me. I've never been hit so hard in my life.
I mean, really.
And then the last time they made a kick towards me, I went out, took the guy out, and as I was hitting the ground, separated my shoulder.
Wow.
But we won the championship.
Mhm.
Okay, we're going.
I'm on the ground with my shoulder in different positions.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
saying, I said, I got the ball, and if they're saying the game's over, I got the ball.
Yeah, but we got a point. You'll be outside in that door. It's over. We're doomed.
But I was done. That was my first and last year of soccer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the last year I was in the Corps where I won that championship, and like you said, I just tell people you play sports in the military, it comes with some privileges. You play sports or you play golf. You can get some definite
Yeah.
favorable things done for you.
Yeah, sometimes you get to eat better time, get better food. It depends on where you're located at,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm just saying in the future, if you changing duty stations, sometimes you can get some better orders.
Oh yeah, you do. That'll happen too. When I was at New Orleans at 8th District, it was funny. We never had a football team, but there was a football league.
Mm-hmm.
All the different teams on the bases, but the Marine Corps didn't. 4th Marine Division had a team. And 4th Marine Air Wing had a team across the river, but 8th District didn't on this side. And we had enough people to play.
Yeah.
And we had enough because we could bring the recruiters in. You see? To play. We had some big recruiters. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to special services, the captain, and I said, sir, I said, you got enough in the budget to buy uniforms if we go football? And he says, well, we got to pass it through the colonel. I said, well, the colonel is all about sports here, with everything we played, baseball and everything. I said, so why don't we go ahead? And he said, let me look through the stuff. And he looked through it, and he went to admin and talked to the captain up there. And they came back and he says, yeah, we could order uniforms. So I said, well, let me see if I can get a team together. So I started calling around. And all of a sudden, I got 30 people that want to play. Right? And the season's about 3 months away. And the colonel, we went up and kind of brushed it with the colonel a little bit. We're looking at it, and he says, well, let us know what happens and everything, and we'll make some better decisions and all of this. And actually, I went to the sergeant major first. That's what it was. Sergeant major, we didn't go to the colonel. So sergeant major said, let's look at it, and we'll go to the colonel. So they're away at a conference up in Omaha, Nebraska. And we get the message that we have to know if your team's in or not today. Like that. And I'm trying to call a sergeant major, can't get anybody. So I go to the gunny, the next one in charge. And he says, and he's going to play, right? And he goes, yeah, let's do it. So we sign up, right? So we sign up and we done got the uniform colors, everything. So everything's being done. Colonel and them come back the following week and I drive him in and I'm not saying anything to him yet. So I'm his driver. So I get him in. I get into the thing and first thing the captain said, did you tell him? I said, no, sir. Like that. I said, we'll hear about it in a minute. About a minute later, they buzzed me. Colonel wants to see you. I said, oh Lord, here we go. So I go in there, walk in, Sergeant dropped the reporter's order, sir. He goes, have a seat, young man, like this. I said, oh Lord, here it goes. He told me have a seat. I said, he's got me sitting down for this. This is gonna be bad. And he goes, Sergeant Major just found out we got a football team here. He said, we also found out that the person that put this football team together was you. He said, I'm so glad you passed it through me. I said, sir, the colonel was out of town. He said, yeah, but I heard you've been working on this for about 3 months. So, yes, sir. I said, we weren't totally sure we were going to do it. I said, I talked to Captain Pearson. I went through all the names, so we all talked about it. He goes, call Captain Pearson.
Oh yeah. Don't let the bus run over you by yourself. No, everybody.
Yeah, so we got the gunny in, we got the captain, and everybody was in. And he got him in. And he said, "Y'all." Actually, I was sitting down, and he got them, and they looking around, and they said, "Y'all can stand up." So I'm sitting down, and they're all standing up because he gonna ream them. I know it. So he starts talking. I said, sir, I said, the problem was they called us when y'all were up there. I was trying to get a hold of Sergeant Major, y'all were in a meeting, and they had to have an answer. I said, so the gunny said, I talked to the gunny, and the gunny we talked about it, we should do it. We'll give it to you when you came back.
Right.
He said, well, you rode with me all the way back. He goes, you rode with me all the way from the airport to my house. And didn't tell me about this. And I'm holding and smiling, right? Yeah. And he goes, you can stand up too now. So I stood up. And he goes, he said, I want an honest answer. Why you didn't tell me? I said, I was waiting. I wasn't going to take all the heat. So I told him. I said, I wasn't going to take all the heat. I wasn't going to take all the heat like that.
I would have said,
and
sir,
he looks at me and
it was my place. I said, I don't think it was my
Yeah,
place
but sir,
this morning.
I said, I'm the junior man here.
Yep.
Like
Wasn't my
that.
plate, sir.
Like that. And he fell out laughing.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's what I like about you, Joseph. You know, he said, he said that, you knew your place.
Yep.
He
Wasn't
says,
my plate, sir.
okay, here's the deal. It can't interfere with us.
Mhm.
Can't interfere with anything we do. The
Operation.
practices have to be outside the time unless something comes up and you let us know. I got to know.
Right.
He said, and if it comes to the point where we're getting too hurt, we're out of it.
Yeah.
He said, that's the deal. He said, but I can't wait to see y'all play.
Yeah.
Like that. So we had 10 games. We won the first 4 games. Then we played Marine Corps division, 4th division. And we didn't like each other in baseball. Okay. Oh, boy, we hated each other in football. We come out of there, both teams walking wounded. I mean, I had a broken nose. You know, that was how bad it was. And then when the last game of the season came along, we weren't going to make the playoffs. They weren't going to make the playoffs. We were playing each other the last game. The whole football team gets called up. The colonel, he said, just to let you know that game's called off today. We don't need any more injuries like that. And he said, I already know y'all were going to go out there and fight. Like that. So he called it off, and I left the next year, so I don't know if they did it anymore.
Yeah. Well, I say nothing pleases a colonel or base general that they won a championship. Bragging
Oh,
rights.
I know.
That's the first thing they do. They go see the other one. Oh, my boys whooped your boys up. They love that.
Well, it was so much competition in baseball. There were 16 teams. Okay. We lost 3 games and came in 4th place. Yeah, that's how much competition.
When I was
it was
stationed
0, 1, 2, 3. That's how it came out. 0, 1, 2, 3 were the top 4 teams. And then then it went to like 10 losses. But we were it was that much competition.
Yeah. When I was stationed at Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, where the subs are at, I got kicked out of the softball league for being too rough and stuff because I had broken one of the we call them lieutenant commanders. I broke his leg in flag football.
Wow.
And stuff. They said, we've been looking for you. As soon as you do something, we kicking you out.
Well, they had the Coast Guard. I was playing third base, and the guy was inching down, and my catcher looked at me like, I know he's coming back to try to get this guy. So I'm kind of staying away from it, but I'm ready to go. And I'm looking at him, and he decides he's coming to me. So he gets the ball, turns around, lets it go. The guy's coming back. I catch it, and as I catch it, I tag the guy. The guy kicks me in my arm.
Oh, wow.
He kicked me in my arm, and I'm still tagging him, right? And my arm's killing me because he kicked me, perfect kick.
Right.
And as I'm going down, he grabs me by my throat and yanks me to the ground. And when he yanks me to the ground, he got up, and when he got up, that hand-to-hand Marine Corps shit worked.
Yeah.
You know? I had him on the ground in an arm lock with his face in the dirt. Like this. And the officials, the referees are running in there, the umpires and everything. And I'm thinking I'm throwing out the game, right? And I got this guy, I got him eating sand. And I'm saying all kind of shit to him. I'm telling you, you freaking seagull, look at you, bitch now. Look at you now, bitch. Like that. And he's got his mouth all full of sand and everything. Yeah. And they pull us apart, you know, and the guy's bigger than me. And I reach over to grab him again. I'm not mad, right? And I'm doing it all with my left hand. He's kicked my right arm. So my arm's hanging. I can't move it. That's how bad it hurt.
I thought that was wow.
So I'm sitting there, and they break us up, and they call him safe. And I said, well, how'd you call him safe? What? I still got the ball, you know? I never lost track of the ball.
Right.
You know? So it's like, the guy said he tagged the base. I had him a foot away from the base. So I said, okay, fine. So I'm thinking I'm getting ready to walk up and we weren't thrown out the game. They just warned us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was Major Beckwith, who was the coach. He says, how you doing? You all right? He said, because I know he hit your arm. I said, I'm good. I wasn't telling nobody nothing. That's how mad I was. I said, I'm good.
Mhm.
I looked up at Lopez, the shortstop, and I said, Lopez, make sure you pay attention if I get the ball. Like that. And he just looks at me kind of funny, right? Because I'm right-handed, so my gloves in my left hand.
Right.
So I'm looking at him. Sure enough, it's a one hopper to me. Now we got 2 outs. We got to get this out because the guy's going home.
Right.
One hopper to me. I grab it. I looked over at Lopez, flipped it to him from my glove. And Lopez threw the guy out, right?
Yeah.
Vekris looked over at me and said, you can't lift your arm. I said, nope. You can't lift it at all. I said, I won't let him see that.
Right.
That arm was killing me. It took me about 20 minutes before I get. It was like bruised all up. I couldn't barely move it.
Wow.
But he told me, sit on the bench. You're not playing the rest of the game. But I mean, I wouldn't let him see that.
Yeah.
But he spat out a bunch of sand, so that was good. But that was one of my that's always been me. If I got you in the mud or something like that, the bitch, how's it feel now?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lance, look, your prep period's over.
No, that's the start of the day. That's when the kids
Oh,
come.
okay.
I've got an hour from now.
Oh, okay,
So
you're good.
9:15.
So Joe sounds like be the kind of guy in the military you didn't mess with.
You get a lot of folks like that, Paul.
Yeah, you get a lot like that.
You get the testosterone runs very high in the military.
Yeah. I had a wedding I had to go to one time, and I was going to wear a suit. And I used to go to a place called Davini's here in New Orleans before I left New Orleans and buy all my suits from them. And these were like the pinstripes with individual threads that were stitched and everything. These were like $400 suits back in the 80s. So I had like 5 or 6 suits like that. And one of them I had was gray and it had a pink pinstripe in it, little pink pinstripe in it, just enough that you could see the thread, right? So when I dressed up and had my blue shirt on and my white collar and my pink tie, right? It makes it stand out. So I'm at this wedding and Hawk comes, Hawkins, his last name was, he was a corporal. He comes walking up to me and he's like 6'8", 240, something like this. And he looks down at me and he goes, so you think you're man enough to wear pink? I said, what do you think? He goes, I think so. He walked off. He walked off. I think so. I said, what do you think?
Yeah. Always gotta be on guard in the military. I know in the Marine Corps at least. There's always somebody gonna challenge you.
It challenged me, baby.
Yeah.
See, the biggest mistake the Marine Corps ever did was send me to Quantico to learn hand-to-hand, to teach it. Because when they taught me that changed my whole attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Gave me just enough tools to know what I could do.
Hmm.
My son tells me now, he said, yeah, but now you're a freaking old man. You can barely walk sometimes. You're always saying something hurts. So what you gonna do now? So I just shoot you.
Now, yeah.
I ain't no fighting no more. I just shoot you.
Yeah.
Still gonna win. You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Like he's got to sleep.
Well, Joe, are you going to go fly today? Is that what you're up to?
I'm trying to find out what I'm watching this baby today. She ain't answer me, so that means she's sleeping probably.
What time she go to work?
No, she don't work. She's got a job interview today. So she's probably sleeping. Now, you know the other thing, she probably took her to school, went back and went to sleep. So then she's going to get up about 11 o'clock and go to the interview. but she needs to let me know I'm not watching the baby, you know? And if I go fly, I'm gonna be the one going flying just around here somewhere. But Johnny and I are probably going Thursday.
Well, you got back-to-back games every day this week, right?
Yep, every night. Game starting at 5, so I got to be there by 4:15. Actually, got to order these damn things from Walmart. I got pictures I got to order for senior night Friday. Yeah, I keep saying I'm gonna do that and keep forgetting.
Well, I think I'm gonna pack it in here. We're down to 10 people watching and not a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dre. While Dre's here, I got a question. Paul was having an issue with the smart controller when he was flying. The new drone he connected to it was going up and down, and it wasn't going as fast. That sounds like it's the Expo settings, right?
Dre's not there.
Yeah, he'll be back. Might be.
It's
Yeah,
either
I'm thinking.
because
Yeah, I'm
he's
thinking it was your Expo settings. That was is what you in normal mode or sport mode? I mean, normal or cine mode?
I mean, he's talking about his new Air 2S, isn't he?
Yeah.
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 But
which
what mode
hasn't
were you
had
in? Were
any-
you in C mode or in mode?
That's not had any settings done for it at
I
all.
was in where you slide it all the way to the right.
It's on
All the way
factory.
to that's sport mode.
Sport
That's
And
Well, if
and
you're
the
in sport-
sport mode didn't go very fast at all.
well,
Because
that's in your Expo settings.
Because it's never been attached to a controller before.
I got somebody at the door. Be right back.
It's on
Yeah,
factory
if he goes in
settings.
under Expo, he's probably got that set real slow. You just
He
got to
hasn't got
switch
it-
those.
He hasn't got it set at all. He's got it on factory settings because he hasn't made any adjustments to it at all. And
Well, it
It doesn't-
was
it doesn't
pre-owned. It
keep-
wasn't from the factory. It was pre-owned. So somebody else said it.
I thought it was a new one he bought.
No, he bought it off of eBay. So it's got somebody else's settings on there. So it may be they set it slower. But that would be the way to check, is find out if that the Expo settings.
I don't know because I think the Expo settings are not just the drone; it's the controller as well.
I couldn't tell
So,
you.
so
It
if
changes.
you've got
It
the
changes
drone
on all
attached,
mine.
if you've got the drone attached to a different controller, you've got to reset your Expo.
Yeah, because if I do my RC Pro with my 3 different drones, my Expo settings change on each one.
Yeah.
To the ones I have set for them.
Yeah.
So you gotta set the ones you want for that drone.
Yeah, you have. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about.
But that's what I think it is. And that up and down tells me he needs to calibrate it. Get the drone.
It could also be that he needs to set his maximum speed for each of the speed settings.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's an Expo.
Change that now.
Yeah, stop.
No. Well, yeah, it's part of the Expo, but yeah, it's not just the way the sticks are controlling it.
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah, but I'm
speed.
thinking that even if it says when you bought that Air 2S,
Yeah.
that came off
Yeah.
eBay, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, so where did
That
it
was
come
that
from?
was that was the Edison, Joe. They're going to be in my backyard screwing around with the power lines.
Yeah. So where you got it from eBay, but what state did it come from?
What's that?
When you got that Air 2S, the second one, what state did it come from? You remember?
I don't remember.
Because I know it didn't come from there. So it had to come from,
Well, I flew,
Another-
I flew that Air 2S with the other controller today, and it flew perfect. All the
Yeah.
controls worked fine. Everything. The only thing that was strange is when I first started it up, it was looking for it listed a whole bunch of things on the screen, and you had to select them, and I just hit delete. It deleted them off.
well, you can't just delete. You got to find out what it is.
Well, I was down there getting ready to fly. I'm not.
But if you delete something like a return to home or something, it's even worse.
So you gotta remember, Paul don't prep, he just goes.
Mia, stop.
Yeah, because when he was flying with the smart control the other day, it wasn't going fast and it was going up and down
No,
and all of this. And that sounds like since he hasn't ever calibrated it there, I would calibrate it there for one. And then I would go into expos and manage my speeds, see what my speeds were.
Right.
Yeah.
Or worst case scenario, you go back and tell it to go back to default settings.
Yeah. Yeah. Go back to default and then at least you got something normal.
Right.
That might have been what he did just then when he hit delete or something.
Right.
I went back to default settings. Because it may have said beginner mode or something like that on that too.
no, it didn't. Didn't. I've never recognized any of the lines that had like 5 lines, all different kinds of things. And
You don't remember what they said?
no, because I'd never seen them before on the screen.
Well, that's why you need to read them. You know? Might say if you fly this drone, it's going to land in the water. Might have said, Paul, here we go again. Don't fly this drone right now. You don't have everything
I
set.
turned all the sensors off, so
That's not even a good thing. Not even a good thing to joke about. Uh, don't zoom in and fly sideways, Paul.
Right, I'm shooting off now. I've got to go shopping.
you're shooting?
Shooting
Pick
off,
up some chocolate milk.
disappearing.
Shopping.
Oh, he's got to get some proper milk for his proper tea.
Like I said, get me some chocolate milk.
I've got milk, and I've got tea, and I've got coffee. No,
So
what
all
I
you
need,
gotta do
asked
is
for
just put
chocolate
the
milk.
water in the microwave, right?
what I
Yeah.
need is some food and some bog roll.
Vegemite.
I've got Vegemite.
You eat that Vegemite stuff? Oh man.
That explains a lot.
I bought some Vegemite to try, and I've not tried it yet. But I do like Marmite, so if it's
Marmite and Vegemite are very similar.
slightly
They're both on the yuck scale.
slightly different taste, but you'd be surprised. It actually tastes very nice.
With vegetables, right, Paul?
Yeah, right. Eat it with all your vegetables.
I spread it on toast.
Well, you also eat beans on toast too, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course you do. Baked
Yeah.
beans on toast. The same barbecue type baked beans that you eat out of a tin cold, we'll heat up and put on toast.
I put little chopped up wieners in mine.
We can buy them with them already in.
Yeah, we have the beans and weenies.
Yeah.
But if you want to doctor up the beans the way they're supposed to be with a little extra barbecue sauce and maybe something a little extra, a little giddy up in it, a little spice it up a little bit, maybe some sauce or whatever.
We can get the baked beans with chili sauce. We can get it with peri peri. We can get it with Indian. What is it? Is it
curry?
Yeah, it's like a curry sauce, but I can't remember which curry it is now. I've got some in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah,
that's why I don't buy the beans and weenies together. Because you always want to doctor up the beans a little bit, and go
just
from there.
go to the Chinese supermarket, get yourself some chili oil, and just on your baked beans and sausages, put a bit of chili oil in it, mix it in.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm going. I'll see you tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
I guess we're packing it in, huh? Oh, look at the snow.
Yeah, it's only it's right now it says it's 21 degrees, but it was 10 degrees when I flew that ship this morning. And we're supposed to get more snow today, late today and tomorrow.
And don't worry, Paul, you got some more storms coming because we're supposed to get rain here starting tonight, heavy rain tomorrow, Thursday. I guess tonight, tomorrow, then heavy rains on Thursday to clear up Friday, which you'll start getting the light stuff. You expect me to actually answer the phone.
Okay, got those two pictures ordered. And I gotta get this woman that the coach lost a set of pictures that I gave him. I gave him a set of pictures for this kid,
Mhm.
and the kid quit the team and moved to a different school. And the mom called up, wanted to know where his pictures were. And he went to look for them, can't find them. I bet you gave them to the kid, and the kid has them in a book bag.
Mhm.
Or in a
So
locker or something.
I'm gonna text because he said I'll pay for them. No, he said I'll pay to make them redo them like this. He said because I lost them,
Mhm.
and I said, well, how you gonna get them to her? He said I don't know. She just contacted me today, so I got an email. I don't if I had an address, I'd just send it straight to her. But I'm gonna I'll find out.
Mhm. Now,
And
did they
then I'll
drop
just have
that
them sent
line,
directly.
Paul?
I don't know the deal with it.
That's my incoming cable line.
Right. So they dropped it down. It wasn't
Yes.
already. It was, okay,
Because
good.
what they're doing here is there's two poles. There's an old pole there that they cut off the top, and this is a new pole here that they put in. And so
Mhm.
they're reattaching these lines to the new pole, and they're taking the old pole out.
I was gonna say,
So why is the new pole shorter?
This is the new pole right up there. It's longer, taller.
Oh, the longer one?
Yep.
Well, I was thinking you have a pole on your property, or they have an easement back there.
It's on my property.
Oh,
It's just inside the fence right there.
right. Yeah. That's why I saw that. I said, I'm surprised they didn't move it years ago to the outside of your fence, so they won't have to get access to your property.
And where's the new pole? Is it on the outside?
That's the new pole right there.
But there's a new pole on the outside, or the old pole was on the outside.
Yeah, the old pole. See how there's one at an angle there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the old pole, because what they did is they just chopped it off, and these are the cable lines here.
Right,
The
but we're
power
asking
line's up here.
is the new pole on the outside of your fence, or they put it back still inside of your property?
It's inside.
So both poles are inside. Paul, both
Yeah.
poles are inside the fence?
No, yeah, the other one is outside.
See, that's what I was saying. The first one, the one they're taking is outside, the new one's inside.
Yep.
Tell me it needs a rent.
Well, that's why I said, that's why I asked that. I wonder if the power company has an easement right away so they can do that, because they just can't come putting poles on your property without compensation unless they've already declared it as an easement. You know, 'cause like I said, the guys had to come and ask you for permission to go into the back of your property.
They got the wires a hopping, don't they?
As long as they ain't got no sparks, they all right. When it starts
That's the electric goes to my neighbor's house, and this is the cable that comes to my house for electric.
Mm.
And this is my cable line, and that's his cable line,
right.
right there, I think.
Now I got a new call came through. Instead of it saying US Bank, it says Firestone, which I have nothing to do with. I don't know what blowing my phone, why my phone's getting blown up. About to change my number.
Like I said, oh, you sure they ain't trying to reach me? I got Firestone credit and I use US Bank.
Well, I'll get US Bank, and if I don't answer that, then it'll say Chase. Then it'll come back and it'll say US Bank, then it'll say telemarketer, and then it'll say something else, and then it stops. But it gives me 5 back-to-back calls.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I answered it the other day. And I don't say anything. I just turn it on.
Yeah.
And she's in a recording comes on. "Well, thank you for placing an order with us."
Yeah.
And I said, "Bitch, I have not placed an order with you. Quit calling me," and it hangs up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
you know? So now I just keep blocking them. I must have 50 of them blocked, and it
Yeah,
just, it rotary
why
in.
I got, only way they call us now is through cell phones. And like I said, I just keep blocking them because I bought a new phone system, what was it, November, early December, that has smart call blocking. And basically,
Yeah.
if it was not a number that's in our database, it will go through an automated screening process that they have to follow the instructions to get the number to go through. And that's how you know it's one of those robocalls, because the computer can't follow the instructions.
Yeah, here you go. The 5 calls, area codes I'm gonna give you. 256-913-816-417-347
That 913 sounds familiar.
and 808. That's the 6 calls I got so far today.
Hmm.
You know? Let me block it
808
again.
is that the area code? That's Hawaii. That's the area code. 808.
Oh yeah. But that's all the ones I'm getting.
Yeah, but those numbers don't mean nothing. They use a lot of spoof numbers
That's what they're doing.
to try to get you to think somebody that you know may live in that area or something. I'm like, Joe, I either don't say, I answer the call and don't say nothing, or best yet, don't let me have some music or the news on. I just put the phone right next to the speaker, and they can hear the news. So I treat them like they treat me.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Waste
I'm
my
gonna get
time.
that little thing. I know who you are. I know where you live. I'm about to hunt you down. That's what I'm gonna put on there next.
Get
I'm gonna
get
record that and sit it right here and put that on everything. I know
Get
who
that
you
clip
are.
from
You keep
the
bothering
movie
me.
Home Alone.
I will find you.
Yeah, I would say get that little clip from the movie Home Alone where you have the TV show movie on. And the guy says, "Get out of here, you filthy animal."
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do Liam. What was the name of Taken?
Oh yeah, I have a
I will
certain
hunt you down.
skill.
I have particular skills.
Yeah, I will find you.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
Hmm.
Then it'll be the FBI, and they'll come. You threatened us, so you shouldn't have called me, bitch. The worst part, I used to have Firestone.
Yeah, I like I say, I've had it. I had to pay it off, and then I had to help one of my daughters put some brakes and tires on her car. So now I got like $1,500 on there now. I look at my wife. I said, "Yeah," and they want to play Secret Santa every year. I said, "I'm Secret
Yeah.
Santa 365 days a year."
Yeah, I'm not Secret Santa anymore.
You
Yeah,
still
I'm
haven't
so
heard from
tired
your
of this.
daughter, Joe?
No. I'm gonna call in a minute. I'm gonna say, you need to wake your ass up if you got an appointment to go get your job. You know, so well, we'll pack it in.
Okay.
It looks like they're almost finished. They're tightening things up.
Yeah, they're rearranging the cable line because the electric line, they didn't touch that.
Yep.
Again, they're probably, once they get that all cinched up and whatever, they'll pull that other pole
Yep.
up. But that's what he said they wanted to do, remove the old pole.
Yep. Yeah, if the old pole is on the outside, the new pole's on the inside, you need to ask them, where do I send the bill? Because I'm charging you $100 a month for that pole, or
Mhm.
$500 a month for that pole. Make sure it's above your electric bill. There's no reason they need to put that in there. They have to have some kind of document saying they can.
Well, the outside the fence, that's all schoolyard.
Yeah. So they don't want to put it. They don't want to put it in the school side.
Right.
They'd rather have it on your side. So
So
somebody needs to owe you money.
there's no alleyway between your property and the school property, Paul.
No.
So that wooden fence is the only barrier between you and the school.
Yep.
Wow. Serious liability issues there.
Yeah.
If I was a school district, I said make sure we got chain link fence right against your wooden fence.
Yep. Big chain link fence.
Yep.
At least 4 foot. About 6 foot maybe.
That's 6 foot minimum. I might.
Yeah,
go
because all the
six.
ones around here are 6.
Yep, I go 6 to 6. I'll go 10.
That's
And
why when I was flying in that schoolyard the other day, I made sure I didn't hit nothing because I didn't feel like climbing those 6 foot fence.
See,
yeah.
all that property around there, that's all they have is their back fence.
So basically, if I'm thinking that basically, if your houses were not there, there would not be a fence to cordon off the school property.
Probably not.
Kind of crazy. I don't know, liability issue. I
The
see
Yankees,
liability.
man. The Yankees.
Kid walks off the campus through somebody's yard.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting all caught.
Okay, buddy. Hey, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here, Dre. You have a good day.
Packing it in.
Lance, you take care too.
We'll see you guys.
Hey, Justin, make sure you fix that car.
Fix the
Yes.
car, Justin.
Justin's
And
fixing the
TJ,
car?
charge your batteries.
Yeah. Okay. Bye
Later.
for now, everybody.